Welcome to another great series on Chofetz Chaim on Mishlei. I want to share with you a famous Gemara in Masechet Berachot Daf Lamed Bet Amud Bet, which spells Lev, the heart. The Gemara speaks over there that four things require chizuk, require strengthening. Tanu Rabbanon, the rabbis taught, Arba'a tzrichim chizuk. Four things require strengthening. Ve'elu hen, and these are them. Torah learning requires strengthening. Umasim tovim, good deeds. Tefillah, prayer. V'derech eretz. Derech eretz, Rashi says, is going on a profession. But we can also understand derech eretz meaning derech eretz kadma le Torah. A person's midot. I want to read for you the Rashi when he says over here, what does it mean, tzrichin chizuk? What does that mean? That these four things need to be strengthened. Shidchazek adam bahem tamid. A person has to strengthen in them constantly, every single time. But how? Bechol kocho. Rashi says with all your strength. When it comes to Torah, Tefillah, Masim Tovim, and Derech Eretz, a person has to give it everything he has, and it has to be done tamid, constantly. If you for 1 second break off of that, it's very hard to be able to learn normally, to be able to do Masim Tovim normally, to be able to daven normally, and to be able to have Derech Eretz normally. A person needs to understand, Rabotai, that Musar is the life source of a Jew. I want to read for you Mishnah Berurah in Siman Aleph, in Siv Katan Yud Bet. Look what the Mishnah Berurah says. V'tzarich ha'adam likbo lo et lilmod sifrei musar b'chol yom v'yom. A person needs to establish a time to learn musar, ethics, every single day. Im me'at v'im harbe. Whether you're going to learn a little bit, whether you're going to learn a lot. Ki hagadol michavero, because anybody who's greater, who's bigger than his friend, Yitzro gadol hemenu, the Yitzhahar is bigger than you. V'tavlin ha-Yitzhahar hu tochochad ma'amarei Chazal. The spices, the thing that's going to neutralize the evil inclination, is the rebuke of our teachings of Chazal. Now, with that in mind, I want to share with you, it's called Chofetz Chaim and Mishlei, a very powerful sefer. If you guys don't know now, Chofetz Chaim has a lot of works. He wrote on a lot of pirushim, and one of them is on Mishlei. Just look one teaching, how he goes ahead and he breaks down. He takes verses from Mishlei and he breaks them down. But you have to understand, when the Chofetz Chaim says something, that's 100% emet. You like it, you don't like it, you don't understand. If what he says, well, I'm going to read it for you. If we're not going to do it, to be able to serve Hashem will be much harder. You go to a doctor, the doctor tells you, listen, you need to take an antibiotic. You say to yourself, why should I listen to the doctor? We know the end result. When a person doesn't listen to a doctor, chas v'shalom, or he doesn't take the antibiotics, the infection can get worse and worse. If there is a fact, take care of that fact. If you know you have a bill to pay at the end of the month, that's a fact. What do you want to do? You want to overlook that bill? You know interest is going to accumulate. Then you're going to end up paying a bigger bill. Same thing in Avodat Hashem, lahavdol, elav lahavdol. I don't want to compare the two. But when we're not working on ourselves constantly, every single day, to change, to become better. Again, Rabotai, this is a chazal. Tanu Rabbanan, the rabbis taught, not I taught. The rabbis taught. They're saying it. 4 things require strengthening every single day, constantly with all your strength. Torah, Masim Tovim, Tefillah, and Derech Eretz. So if we're not strengthening that, it doesn't mean we're going up. If we're loosening our grip on these things, that means we're going down. Rabotai, we have to understand right now we are hanging in balance. in the world that we are living in. Tonight, Rabotai, everybody's probably already preparing for New Year's Eve. Champagne, this, 2025. Wake up. 2025. Another year, Rabotai, a person is going to be judged on what he did. Another 25 years, it'll be 2050. Another 25 years like that, Rabotai. 1 foot in the grave. What are we going to answer to Hashem? We don't realize, Rabotai, that all these distractions, all these attractions are only here to distract us from our main purpose in serving Hashem. Now, Rabotai, this is not going to be my regular Musar Shmooze that I do once a week. I'm going to try to try to do it. At least if I get a chance, Rabotai, I have to try to find time. So, Billy Neder, if Hashem gives me the koach, I'll try to do it from Monday to Friday. If not, at least Monday to Thursday. Because I have other things that I also have to do. But I pray to Hashem that He allows me to be able to learn the Sefer. The Chofetz Chaim begins. The verse says in Mishlei in Perek Aleph, Pasuk Tet Vav and Pasuk Tet Zayin. Beni, my son, Al telech bederich itam. Do not walk with them on their way. Minar raglecha nitivatam. Restrain your feet from going in their path. Ki raglehem l'ra yarutzu. Because their feet, they run to do bad. V'maharu l'shpoch dam. And they're quick to spill blood. That's the pasuk. Comes the Chofetz Chaim and he says, what is this going on? Who is this pasuk speaking about? Eilu shenishtarshu bechet. It is going on people that are rooted in sin. Kvar nishta b'sha'at da'atam ligamri milvuchon ha'emet. Already they're confused completely from discerning what is the truth and what is not the truth. There's so much in sin, they can't even tell you that what they're doing is wrong or right. Aval, however, he says, Kol ish ve'ish, every single man, sherotzeh lishmor nafsho v'nefesh banav, that he wants to guard his soul and the soul of his children, yitrachek v'yivrach mehem. Distance yourself and run away from these kind of people. Kiborech min ha'esh, like you would be running away from fire. V'kol shiken, and for sure, limno milikrot sifrehem. Stay away from reading their books. Hamilim divrei cheshek v'latzon min hanohogim b'derech haTorah, that are full of filth and mockery of Torah observant Jews. Shehem kisama mavet lekarotam, because they're like poison. They're like the poison of death to one who reads these books. Ukemosh is here Shlomo Melech alav shalom, like King Solomon of blessed memory had said in Mishlei, Beni, my son, Al telech bederech itam. Don't go with them on their way. Minar raglecha min nitivatam. Keep your feet away from their path. I've been told, not now, at least a few months ago, if not more than a year, that there are series that on podcasts, I don't know, or YouTube videos, or YouTube series, whatever it might be, where Jewish people were once observant and now they left religion. And they speak about how bad it is. I don't know about it. I don't know exactly the case. The Chofetz Chaim is telling us over here that these people are rooted in sin. They're so much rooted in sin. He's telling you don't read their books that go against the Torah, that go against observant Jews. He's talking about books. Rabotai, I want to add in my humble opinion. What we see today with our eyes is worse than reading. The filth that we see. That when you have people that they're able to go against HaKadosh Baruch Hu, they're so much rooted in sin that they don't even know what's emet already. They think what they're doing is 100% correct. And not only that, they're speaking out against Hashem. Rabotai, if that's not chutzpah, I don't know what is. How can a person go against the one that gave you life? Imagine a mother, father bring a child to the world. The child grows up and he says, you two are nobody to me. And he makes the whole world go against the parents. Is that a normal child? Rabotai, if you have Jews that sin and they go against Hashem and they teach the public to go against Hashem, these type of people, Rabotai, you need to stay away from them. Whether they write books, whether they have TV shows, I don't know, podcasts, I don't know what they're on. I don't know what this guy was speaking about. You have these kind of religious people, they ran away from here. Rabotai, we have to be careful. We need to guard ourselves. Just because I say it all the time, I'm happy I'm reading it. Just because a person at one point was religious, with a beard and a kippah and a black hat, it doesn't mean anything, Rabotai. What about halachot? What about Torah did he learn? If just because a person had a bad experience, doesn't mean all the Jewish people are bad. Doesn't mean Hashem's Torah is bad. How do we have the audacity to get up and speak against Hashem in public, on YouTube, on TikTok? I don't know where they speak. Do you even think what you're doing? That is going to stay for eternity. Because their feet run to do bad and they're quick to spill blood. Listen what the Chofetz Chaim says. Rabotai, what you're reading over here, what we're reading, what we're learning with you today, it's not a regular Musar class. This is Emet. You want to be able to grow in Avodat Hashem? Distance yourself from people that go against Hashem. People that are rooted in sin. People that feel that they're doing nothing wrong. Look what the Chofetz Chaim says. Ube'uro, how do you learn this? How do you understand this pasuk? And the explanation is like this. Ki kishem shayetzer tov yesh lo shiluchim, just like the good inclination, it has messengers. Hainu, what kind of messengers? Anashim yirei Hashem, men that are God-fearing. Hame'orerim et adam, they awaken a person. Hamitrashel umizarzim oto la'avodat Hashem yitbarach. A person who's he's lazy in avodat Hashem. He's negligent. He takes it easy. So comes the people that are God-fearing. They awaken him and they quicken him. They awaken inside of him to go ahead and serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. May he be blessed. That is the messenger of the Yetzer Hara. That is the messenger of the Yetzer Tov, the good inclination. Ken ha-Yetzer Hara, so to the Yetzer Hara. Yesh lo shiluchim, he also has messengers. Vehem anashim chotim, and those people are the people that sin, the sinners. Asher mizarzim lelech lipatot et adam l'ra, that they go and they want to entice a person to do bad. V'yesh nafkamina b'shilchotam. However, there's a very big difference between the good inclination angels, the messengers, versus the bad inclination messengers. The good inclination messengers are the God-fearing people that go out and they try to bring every other Jew back, that are slacking in Avodat Hashem. But the Yetzer Hara, the bad inclination, the messengers of the bad inclination are people that are sinners. They go out, they look to entice people to do bad. But he says, there is a difference in the messengers and their jobs. The messengers of the Yetzer Hara and the messengers of the Yetzer Tov, they have two. There's a very big difference between them. What is the difference? The messengers of the Yetzer Hara, no, the Yetzer Tov, I apologize. Yetzer Tov. The messengers of the good inclination, they're not there to go out and try to make somebody at one shot to make him a tzaddik and a pious person. What does that mean to say? That he should separate himself completely from the world and he should learn Torah day and night. That's not what we do. Comes the Chofetz Chaim and he's telling you the people, the messengers of the Yetzer Tov, the good inclination, they're not coming to the person and tell him, you know something, abandon everything right away and become a tzaddik overnight. That's not what they're saying. Rak, what do they try to do? They try to bring him gradually, slowly, step by step to serve Hashem. That's the way the messengers of the good inclination work. Little by little, they try to bring Hashem's people back. And eventually, one day, after many years of hard work, the people will come to serve Hashem and they'll become tzaddikim. But the Yetzer Hara, the messengers of the Yetzer Hara, they don't work like that. Just the opposite. The sinners, when they come across any man to entice him, they're not going to be satisfied with themselves if they're going to bring him down one rung, one level down in Avodat Hashem. They're not going to be satisfied with that. What do they want? Rather, these sinners, they want to bring another Jew down, not one ladder. They want to bring them completely down, straight to Gehenom. They want the people to remove religion from their life completely in one shot. Dahainu, that means to say, shipitahu, takev. They want to entice them immediately, bechalkat lashonam, with their smooth talking, lechpor b'yisudei v'ikarei hadat, to deny the foundations of religion, v'yoridu, and bring them down, through this, take him immediately, the man of Sholish Ol v'avidon, to Gehenom so he can get lost completely. Rabotai, that's it. This is the whole Musar for today. Look what the Chofetz Chaim is telling us. How careful a person has to be to stay away from people that sin. Don't think, oh, what am I doing wrong? It's only one. No. You don't understand. There's a very big difference between a person who's Yireh Shamayim, a God-fearing person. When he tries to bring another Jew back, he does it gradually, step by step. It'll take years. But when the sinners, they don't want to entice a person to do bad just a little bit. When they want you to do bad, since they're working for the Yetzer Hara, the evil inclination, just like the evil inclination is not happy when you do one Avera. He wants to bring you down all the way. So to these messengers, the sinners, they're not happy if they entice you. Look at that woman, touch that woman, sleep with that woman. No, they'll bring you so low, Rabotai, you won't even know how you got there. Therefore, like the Chofetz Chaim says, one Rabotai who wants to guard his soul and the soul of his children, stay away from these kind of people. We don't need to say, it's needless to say, the things that we watch is Rabotai 100% kifrut. It's 100% denying Hashem. You might not realize it, you might not recognize it, but pay attention. The things that you watch, when was the last time they mentioned Hashem's name? Everything's about them, their beauty, their money, their power, their cars, their girls. Everything's about them. Where's Hashem in their life? That's not denying Hashem, Rabotai. We have to be careful, Rabotai, who we look up to. Everything that we see with our eyes influences us. The eyes are the windows to our neshama. Rabotai, let's be careful. Let's work on this. Bezrat Hashem, Hashem should open our eyes to see what is emet. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen ve'amen.